thinking on all that you learned below. If you've got your breath, we ought to discuss our next steps.
Come, there are important matters to discuss.
I can't help but feel like I've been fumbling in the dark for too long. And I've just had a lit torch thrust into my hands.
What are you talking about? You seem in a good mood. I thought you might be more subdued after coming close to blowing up. We're not out of the shadow-cursed woods yet, Gale. No chance.
The crown! The one the Elder Brain was wearing. The one I very nearly destroyed. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete, that I didn't even recognize it at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power, the ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it.
Knowledge is power, after all. Back up a little. Why is this crown so important all of a sudden? You nearly killed yourself back there. Perhaps take a moment. I'm not so sure you're owed any favors just now.
That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep, Sorcerous Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can.
Why would a Baldurian magic shop be the first place we look? So you just want to go shopping? Let's just get to Baldur Gate first of all. Sounds like an excellent idea.
The only kind I have. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. I mean, Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Good.
A curse lifted. The dead three allied once more. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls?
Get that. What are you doing here, Withers? These abominations are soulless, surely. I'm not sure. Don't all living things? I admit I haven't thought about it.
Thou shalt think about it now, and I shall give the answer. Mind flayers are soulless. Yet, the three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services.
Surprised to see you. Why are you here? Speak plainly. Is there more you can tell me? Isn't there more you can tell me? You seem to know a lot about the Dead Three to manage my hirelings.
Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished as one, and as three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder. No.
Okay.
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold.
Our enemies spread like rub rot. Treat one patch, and two more bloom in its place. An elder brain, bound by lost Netherese magic, with servants of the Dead Three holding the chain. Reminds me of old times.
You almost seem like you're enjoying yourself. You've tangled with the Dead Three before? Spent a lot of time in mind flare colonies, have you?
Extensively. Mind flayers, too. But I never dreamed of seeing gods and Illithids working in consort. It is most disturbing. But take courage. We have killed a man who could not die, and stripped the Absolute's army of its general. You have a nether stone, and you're on the scent of two more. These Chosen have reason to fear you, and I would like to be at your side when you confront them.
Yes. You want to join me? I'll be glad to have you by my side.
Glad to be there. Falling foul of Ketherick convinced me that my grand adventures were behind me. That even if I survived, I should hang up my blades. But you convinced me otherwise. We ventured into darkness together. Now we've come out the other side. I'd say I'm feeling a little refreshed. When we reach Baldur's Gate, there will be even darker paths to tread. I will follow you wherever they lead.
Good. I'll see you at camp.
How does it compare to a shadow-cursed inn? With the Absolute's army gone, the Risen Road should be clear. We can follow it all the way to Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
There's a Harper's safe house in Worm's Crossing. Denthelan's Dancing Axe. We do well to check in with them before entering the city proper. Beyond that, our course is yours to set. Find me at your camp, huh? I can remember how to take orders, as well as give them.
Yes! Oh.
Thanks for watching out for me.
Right. I need to find Mole. I was looking for Mole in the colony, but I couldn't find her, but I had already bought Ketherick. Please don't tell me she's not dead.
Aelin! Isabel! My love. You were dead. I saw your body. I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo.
I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead.
His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right?
I will be. And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew, and we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later?
Absolutely. You'd be most welcome. It's a little crowded already. No, if you have something to say to me, say it now. Did I hear you correctly before? Are you Ketheric Thorm's daughter?
I am. And I'm glad he's dead. But this is precisely what I want to speak to you about later. It'll keep. I promise.
I'll see you in camp.
Very good. We look forward to it.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Oh, I love that. Oh. Hey!
When Duke Elton formed the Flaming Fist, he sought out people of courage and honor to fill its ranks. You saved Daniel, lifted the curse, and killed an immortal.
Where's your armor?
It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant.
Thank you. It would have been an honor to serve under Duke Elton. Flaming fists are nothing but mercenaries now, and immoral ones at that. How did you make it here? What about the Flaming Fist you've met here? What do you think of them?
They are different to what Duke Elton envisioned. And I can't comment on Duke Ravengard himself. But I've seen the respect he inspires in the Flaming Fist. And that tells me all I need about him as a leader. I hope you can save Duke Ravengard. For the good of Baldur's Gate.
With me, I could use a Flaming Fist by my side. What about you? I have enough to deal with. Some useless Duke isn't my problem.
Thank you. But look at me. I am a relic. A glimpse of history barely strong enough to stand on his own 2 feet.
Why are you
Besides, Nathaniel should have someone here when he wakes up. It's the least I can do.
here? And I wish you luck. Thank you for your help. Once we leave, this place would be pretty empty. Will you be alright after Nathaniel awakens?
I don't think there will be an after. The truth is, the Shadowfell broke something inside me. Something no healer can fix. I don't know how long I have, but because of you, Nathaniel is safe. Because of you, I could help him as he helped me. So, thank you, my friend. And know that I have no regrets.
Nathaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him.
I'm glad I could help. So when will the curse actually be lifted? What happened to Oliver exactly? Did Daniel absorb him? I hope you've no more requests. I need to take care of my own problems. What now? You've got what you wanted after all? When will it?
I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready.
Cool. What happened to Oliver?
No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Nathaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Nathaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does.
I'm glad I could help.
I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side.
Awesome. I'm glad to have you. Is more that you want? What is it? I'm kind of curious.
Not what, who. But all in due course.
Elvira.
You're here. Good. That's good.
Were you alright? I was expecting a little more enthusiasm. I just killed an immortal, and that's all you have to say. Are you alright?
Me? Oh, I'm fine. I'm just worried about the kids.
Right.
Maul is still missing, and they haven't taken it too well. I've been trying to cheer them up. We're writing a song together. But I think they're just humoring me.
I'm sure they appreciate it. Writing a song is hardly going to distract them. Like I'm humoring you by having this conversation.
Maybe. I'd love to put on a show just for them. But it's boring if I'm the only one playing. I need another bard. Maybe I'll find one in the city. Until then, the kids and I shall work on our masterpiece.
Shit. These kids are gonna be so mad at me.
Miss Elvira wants to write us a song about you fighting Ketheric. But I miss Maul.
Mind is gonna chew me out.
Elvira's writing us a song. A stupid song won't bring Mole back. Tell her, won't you?
No. Hey, Mattis.
Why, yes. Once Elvira's done with this song, we will be looking for patrons. All coppers welcome, pal.
He sounded mad.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
Hell yeah. Absolute's cult has Raven Guard. Where will they take him? What do you know about Gortash and Orin? Mizora said you could say what led to your pact in exile. It's time I know the whole truth. Where will they take him?
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpoled Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
What do you know about Gortash and Orin?
Orin? I'd never heard tell of. But Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
Zora said you can say what led to your pact in exile. It's time I know the whole truth.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
I'd give my life if it meant keeping the residents safe. I wouldn't give up my soul if that's what you're getting at. The place could burn to cinders for all I care. I'd give my life if it meant keeping the residents safe.
As would I. And more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move.
What's the Cult of the Dragon? I've never heard of them. Grand Duke left a mere boy in charge? It can't have gone well.
A religion devoted to conjuring the most evil of goddesses, the dragon Tiamat. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill, the Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
Allow Will to share his memory with you. Use your words, Will, and leave my mind alone. Let's finish this tale later, alright?
In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul, and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
Clearly, Mizora doesn't care about Baldur's Gate. Why would she want to save it? A brave choice, and a frightening one. You took on 25 cultists on your own. I find that hard to believe. What happened? And what about your father, Grand Duke? Why would she want to save it?
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
There's more. Sacrificing your soul to save the city was a brave thing to do. You took on 25 cultists on your own? I find that hard to believe. What about your father, the Grand Duke? What about your father?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did.
Sacrificing your soul to save the city was a brave thing to do.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 grayed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
Is that how you lost your eye in the battle with the cult of the dragon?
It is. The one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her. I understand.
You must have been furious at your father for throwing you out of the city.
No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst. And Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
You miss your father? You're too charitable. If I were you, I'd never have forgiven him. I suppose I can't blame him. For all he knew, you'd sprout horns any second. If I were your father, I'd have killed you on the spot. He did you a favor by exiling.
More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to. The shadows are lifted. Finally, we can breathe free.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How?
That's how I remember his name. She was talking about him. I don't know how this plot fits together yet, but we will stop him. It seems he's a servant of Bane, as Ketheric served Merkel. Who knows what powers he's gained since you knew him. We'll find out when we get to Baldur's Gate.
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who
Cool
kills
down.
him.
Calm down. We'll do it together, whatever it takes. Careful, Karlach, you're burning up. Not if I kill him first. Whatever it takes.
He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
Yeah. Gotcha. Ooh, Karlach, calm down. He's hot.
Wish we could stay and see what this place will be like without the shadows. I bet it's beautiful. No rest for the wicked, huh?
Yeah. Tell me more.
He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just... it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe and he paid me well. Well enough to move into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil, evil bastard.
She's still hot.
Hey, soldier.
Hey. Do I need to throw water on you? Because I will.
You did it. Ketheric Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Soon, the land shall heal.
Glad I could help. Seems like the sort of feat that might deserve a reward. My work here is done, I think. Glad I could help.
Not as glad as I am. Nature moves at its own pace, and bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to give this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair.
Agreed.
The curse is broken and the shadows are lifting. In time, these lands will heal.
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. Shah can indeed be thwarted. Comforting to know.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted something?
feeling?
Do you really need to ask?
Yeah?
I'm sorry. I have a lot on my mind. The shadow fell. Night song. I can think of little else.
Night song. She mentioned your fear of wolves, just like you shared with me. That's no coincidence. I'm worried. You're not yourself. Snap out of it. You made a choice, now live with it. Perhaps you should try to appease Shar. She may forgive you. Night song has some explaining to do. I need you to focus, Shadowheart. There's a lot at stake. Still at stake.
That's not the first time you've made such a leap. I don't know. Maybe it's a Selûnite trick, or another way for Lady Shar to test my faith.
Night song will be able to give you answers when the time comes. We'll just have to keep going and see what lies ahead. You're too quick to find excuses for Shar. She turned on you.
The sooner I speak to Nightsong, the sooner I'll know what the future holds for me. Assuming I have a future at all.
You do.
I'm sorry. It might be best kept until later.
Okay.
I'd be a poor counsel and worse company just now.
I understand.
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically.
Really? You're not very chatty when it comes to these dialogues.
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
Awesome.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me.
You and Aelin seem to have a lot of history. What happened? But there's a great deal you haven't told me. Aren't you at all sad about your father's fate? What happened?
A great deal. But still, some of the details elude me. Ketheric Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
Well, certainly there's magic in a look. I certainly believe you were starstruck at least. No, but it sounds like you do.
You sound like my father. But it was more than that. This was no mere attraction. It was love. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how or why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped.
You'd become the chosen of Merkel. Only a monster would rip his own daughter from the grave. Did he shout boo? I want to, but...
I didn't know that then. But I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jahira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land, my home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them, and myself, no matter what.
Understandable. So you lied about who you were.
It's all out in the open now, and with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing, rest. I'm grateful for your help, your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long, but I'm grateful for a safe place to, well, just to be.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer.
What is it? Step closer, stay back, ready to.
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me! Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Myrkul, is dead at last. My mate, Most High. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and returned to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One.
I couldn't have done it without you. I'd have taken gold over a prayer. Where's the silver light, the moon magic? I couldn't have done
We
it.
are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it.
Same. There's still a great deal about you I don't know. How do you intend to spend your newfound freedom?
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Okay. Are you really Selûne's daughter? How did you come to be trapped in the Shadowfell? You and Isabel seem to have a lot of history.
Ketheric Thorm. Father of my one and only love. Enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me. Even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel. By her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour. We each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while.
Man.
But lo, the brute is dead, and we live!
Hell yes.
Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Would your mother be willing to aid us in the fight against the Dead Three?
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
Good.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past. Being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed.
Your mind to the sensation.
Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere. Something sparks in your memory. Teachings about Selûnite rites of passage, about how they would abandon their children out in the wilds and force them to find their way home. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
I'll help. Perhaps this isn't a good idea. We've got other concerns. Does this mean you're a Selûnite?
I don't know.
Your parents both followed the Moon Maiden. I could sense their faith, even in a brief glimpse of the past.
It is a tragedy that the Moon Maiden's right was perverted by Shah. Your future was stolen from you.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed.
The Spear of Night? I thought that was cast into the Shadowfell. Careful, isn't that thing supposed to be able to kill you?
The spear. How do you have it? I threw it into the Shadowfell.
Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
All's well, I hope. Aside from the obvious. Fine. What's on your mind?
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance.
Hell to the yes.
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. Your truth is finally dawning, Shadowheart. You can follow its light, or you can retreat back into dusk. The truth is finally dawning. Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back into dusk.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder.
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
Agreed.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
Yeah, oof. It's gonna be fun.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me.
Dare I suggest, Shah may have had her reasons. You've been forced to live a lie. At least now the truth is starting to reveal itself. You have a lot on your mind, but we have to stay focused. The Absolute is still a threat.
Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me. We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes.
Oh yeah.
But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
And what's that? Do whatever you need to. Should I be concerned?
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
Okay. Interesting.
To Baldur's Gate. Voss will be waiting in this Sharess's caress.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive, thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric, but Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
Yeah? Already have allies. I know. That's why I just recruited Jaheira. I know that's why I just recruited Halsin. Enough lives have been lost. I don't want to send others to their deaths. I don't need allies. I have you.
You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Her harpers, too. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Will there be anyone left when we arrive in the city? We'll seek more allies in the city. I'll think about it. I will build an army to rival that of the Absolute. No, we are enough as we are.
Even if the buildings are demolished, there are always survivors. There are always those who will fight. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
All?
I ought to do the rounds again.
What did he mean by all?
Everyone's wrecked. Leave them be.
At least the shadow curse is banished. I like the dark, but not when it's trying to kill me.
Ain't that the truth?
The Absolute's armies are on the march, and Baldur's Gate is their target.
Wow. Seeing all that after seeing all the lights before. It's Baldur's Gate!
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Ketheric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this, at least, you have triumphed.